All right. I'm starting 9 minutes late because this fucking world we live in is filled with idiots. Pardon my rage. There we go. Ooh, all right. Let's talk open source. Ooh, coming down from road rage over here. You ever have one of those days where just every single thing happens? Ooh. One of those days. Hooray. All right, so open source. You know, I've seen some fun stuff on Twitter recently, so I'm gonna get that up. Got some open source things happening. Oh yeah, we got a new logo in TypeScript ESLint. Yay! The tooling that enables ESLint and Prettier to support TypeScript. Fun fact: there's a difference between saying the tooling that and the tooling which. Grammatically, there's a difference. Anyway, here we go. This is the thing I was looking for. I'm going to be working on this template TypeScript node thing, this template type node package, because I've always wanted to have like a good starting repo, just something that works well, has all little, I call them bells and whistles, the things that I commonly use. And you know what? It's good to have. It's useful. So this thing, over the last week or two, I set up a bunch more documentation on it. I got like a list of major tech like ESLint and TypeScript ESLint. I've got usage, all sorts of stuff. Now, one thing that I'm noticing just quickly looking at this is that CodeCov is reporting 65% coverage right here. Huh. Interesting how that opens in the same tab. I would have thought it should open in a new tab. I would have thought GitHub would do that automatically. But I guess target equals blank is not automatically added for HTML links. Let's go ahead and add this in. I'm going to multi-select here. Boop. Target equals blank. All right. Anyway, so CodeCov 65%. That's interesting to me, and that seems off. I'm just warming up here. I haven't actually started looking at my GitHub issues. And I'm seeing that on the, let's see, on the CodeCov report, which I'll post on Twitter that I'm poking around, blah. Gonna post this on Nikki T. Hello. Thanks for joining. Huh, your chat must have loaded in before my phone to the side. I apologize, I've got kind of a thrown together setup today. I'm mobile, unfortunately, and that means I don't have my nice 2-screen monitor with OBS on one and everything on the other. So you get to see glimpses of my stream manager. It's great. But hey, how's it going? How are you doing? In the meantime, so here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that index.ts is viewed as a file that's missing coverage. So that's a thing. And then I'm seeing, yeah, so Nick and I were both in Toronto at around the same time. Like literally in the city, but we at the some overlapping of days, but we just couldn't get the meeting to work. So such is life. Next time. But yeah. Brittany, hello. Brittany, you just did a whole thing. How you recovered? Was it 12 hours of streaming, I think it was, that you were doing? That must have been quite intense. Oh, you know what? I started 9 minutes late, so you're actually less than halfway through the total elapsed time already. Mostly recovered. That's good. That's good. 12 hours. That's wild. Wild. And you raised what? You said it was $1,600 for charity? Like a lot? Because that sounds pretty extremely good. Also, I'm impressed. The Twitch lag is normally pretty significant, but I feel like I'm getting some real-time conversations here. This is great. Dope. Glad to hear it. Um, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I was there for a bit of the stream. Brittany did a 12 hours of Trello stream. If you want to post a link, that would be awesome. Yeah, cool stuff. But what I'm staring at here is types.ts. So great question. Great segue. Oh, I love talking to people who stream. So I've got this template TypeScript node package. What a mouthful. And I wonder if I could just say template TypeScript package. I feel like the node there is kind of superfluous because nothing in this is actually specific to node. I wonder. Super, thank you. Oops. Anyway, there's this template TypeScript package that I've set up a bunch of like linting and spell checking and testing and stuff. 11 hours, 56 minutes. Oof. Disappoint. And I'm trying to get this package good so that I can use it on all my other packages. Like one good reference for linting, one good reference for automatic publishing, semantic versioning. So I'm just like fixing up all these random little things on it. And I'm seeing I got 65% coverage with CodeCov, but I do actually have, there's only just one function in this example package. I do have tests for this one function, but index.ts and types.ts are reported as uncovered. And I think this is a bug I've vaguely seen before, but I don't remember if I've ever actually fixed. So I think I filed an issue. No, I haven't. So let me go ahead and describe what's getting fixed here. So this is a problem with the tooling. Code coverage is reported as missing types only lines. So just looking at this fella, the whole file is being reported as not covered. Easiest way to achieve coverage, just delete the original code. Probably just need to delete index. Yep. That's one way to do it. You could delete all your code. That's thinking with your brain there. I wish I used one of those tools or had on me the tool that I could just highlight that little message and put it on the screen for posterity. Oof. I'm working with some smart techniques here. Unfortunately, I don't know that I'll be able to do that. I'm sorry. Because if I deleted my interface, then I wouldn't be type safe, and then TypeScript would be mad at me. And if there's one thing in life I hate more than untested code, it's getting yelled at by TypeScript. Truly an awful situation to be in. But the whole file is types. Actually, I'm just going to take a screenshot. Put that in there. This is my screenshot flow. I don't know why when you paste on a Mac from the screenshot tool, it just says width equals and it doesn't have the height in there. I would have thought it would have both. Anyways, screenshot of the types.ts file containing an interface, all marked in red as uncovered by tests. So this is a bug I'm going to assign to me. So TypeScript yells at me so much, I've just gotten numb to it. I'm like, yeah, give me a second and I'll figure you out. That's a good strategy for dealing with TypeScript. Sometimes you just gotta tell it to shush. That's actually a nice idea for like a VS Code extension. Just hide all red squigglies for whatever, 5 seconds, 2 minutes. So the coverage reporter I'm using is whatever the default for vtest is. Vt. So if I do pnpm, by the way, it's using pnpm. So if I do test here, dash dash coverage. So this is a, here, I'll zoom in a few times for the stream. This is a weird thing with PNPM. You test is one of those built-in commands. So you can't do PNPM test and then pass in dash dash coverage. You have to do run test. The context here is that I have test set up as a script. So that's how you pass dash dash coverage to a test script. It's this weird little quirk with PNPM. Anyway, look how fast those tests are running. Duration, 7 milliseconds. Anyway, if we open the coverage directory locally, and I just realized I should post this on Twitter. Boop. If we poke around the coverage directory locally, here we go. And this is actually a really nice feature that a lot of people don't know, I think, about coverage. That if you run tools like Jest or vtest with dash dash coverage, they will poop out an index.html file you can actually just look at locally under the coverage directory. Here we see, yep, index.ts. For some reason, the first line is different than the second. I guess it's always the first line is yellow. Sure, fine, whatever. Vtest coverage. So this is the docs page. I'll just post this in Twitch. Vtest supports native code coverage via C8 and instrumented code coverage via Istanbul. By default, C8 will be used. I don't know the difference between C8 and Istanbul. If any of you folks know the difference, that would be great. I truly don't. But I see I can switch it between them. Maybe that'll do something. Let's find out. Provider Istanbul. There's a song about Istanbul, right? Do you want to install? Yes, I will install that. Thank you. I guess I could update PNPM, but why bother? Okay. Now let's go back to coverage. Look at that! Oh my god. This never happens. One line change. The first thing I tried. Amazing. So all I had to do was switch from Istanbul, or switch from C8, the default, to Istanbul. I'm gonna look at this. C8 coverage TypeScripts. Types uncovered. I'm sure someone somewhere has mentioned this. Somewhere. C8 issues TypeScript. Question: how to use it with TypeScript TS node? TypeScript uncovered. Someone somewhere has reported this. I'm sure. There's got to be. I hate it when people have just a bunch of issues that have poor names. This is why, I'll post the query I'm using. This is why it's important to have descriptive issue names. Things like incorrect functions coverage and erroneous report of missing coverage. What does that mean? Put more info in the title. This is not TypeScript related. 306, 253. Something about the end of file marker. Helper functions emitted by TSC. That's not related. Okay. All right, well, this is not being very fruitful. I opened up the same issues a bunch of times. Okay. Well, I guess if it fixes it, it fixes it. I don't personally have the motivation to go and figure out which project to file an issue on, so I think I'm going to be a bad open source citizen and not file an issue, because I have had no time recently, and I will put this down below here saying C8 reports type only lines as uncovered. Wait, I think I actually filed an issue on Jest years ago. Maybe that's an existing issue. coverage. Ooh. I remember this now. Oh my god. Blast from the past. Continuing discussion. In TypeScript, it's not uncommon to have files with no output.js code, just interface type definitions. These end up as being counted as 2 of 2 uncovered lines in the file because the file does get compiled to a JS equivalent. Discussion went nowhere. Blah, blah, blah. So, okay, apparently my issue got resolved eventually in jest. Cool. Yeah, anyway. So I guess this is just a situation with C8s. Ooh, and I also changed the README. So I'm gonna commit these individually, these test changes on my branch. And I actually don't need coverage -C8. So let me go to the package, uninstall that shindig, pm install, git commit chore fix coverage computation to ignore types. Oop, did I not put on a branch? Let me exit out of this terminal, git branch, git, I'm on main. Git checkout be coverage types fix. For those of you who were watching before thinking, ooh, Josh is going to do something fun and entertaining today, I am working on build tooling. So depending on whether you consider build tooling fun and entertaining, this might be what you were looking for, or it might not. I am a little excited that I've hit 100 issue/PR items. That's kind of cool. Oh, whoops, I meant to also, if pro tip, git commit -- amend -- no edit git push force will rewrite your most recent commit and push it up. I often view the PR preview thing to see what changes there are and then realize I need to change something like right now. Zooming in a bit. All right. Wow, look at all those new dependencies. Isn't that fun? Yada, yada, yada. Okay. All right. So switches the test coverage provider from C8 to Istanbul. Boop. And update it. All right. So that's one issue. And you know what? I'm also, while this is building, gonna check out main, get reset hard head because I messed up and put the commit on main. Target equals. I'm just gonna straight commit to main because I'm a dangerous individual. This target equals blank on all the links because apparently that's not done automatically. Get all, get status, get commit docs, add target equals blank to readme links. Cool. Living on the edge, take my commit, make it, I swear. Word. Living on the edge. Cool. All right. So that's done. Back down to 12 issues. Soon, eventually. Oh, does it open? What? I pushed. It's not opening in a new tab. I click. It's the same. What is? Why is this not target equals blank? What is happening? Is this a GitHub bug? I don't even know at this point. Anyway, I will stop worrying about target equals blank not being added to my links. And now I'm on CodeCov. It's showing, come on. It's not updating. Commits. Commit message unavailable. No report uploaded yet. So this is still pending. How does that work? All right. So it ran tests. Run test coverage, CodeCov, uploader. I don't know why there's this unexpected input. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. Setting GitHub actions, upload, status successful, result URL. CI failed. That's lovely. Come on. Oh, CodeCov is truly the best of the worst. It's just taking a while to load. Okay. Well, whatever. Anyway, what is this complaining about with release? So we got a failing release, little red X. And oh boy, yep, I've seen this. Okay. So sometimes I hurt on the inside. So now I'm going to look at a new issue. It's one that I actually opened a week ago. Didn't assign to myself. No, it's taken on. Time for me to take it on. Ooh, what emote is this? Tier 1 sub emote? Hi. Cool. Hi. I don't know if that's a hi or bye, or I'm not too savvy on the Twitchisms here, but if it's bye, thanks for coming. If it's hi, hello. All right. So now investigating a failure on releases. Oh, good. You're still here. Phew. You got me worried. All right. So here's where I'm at right now. There is this failure in the semantic release flow. Now, semantic release is this cool task, or a set of tasks. It's this fully automated version management and package publishing thing. It's a set of projects. And they had this whole doc site. I will link to it in Twitch. And it's supposed to set it up so that you have automatic version publishing. Like if you send a PR that has like feat in the title, like feature or fix for a bug fix, and then merge it into main, you should have a new version of your package published automatically for you. And I have this set up in get pull, get push, get status, get log. Okay. I have this set up so that what is it? Semantic release should be configured somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Release rc.json. So I have a few different stages. The way this is set up is you say which branches you want to run on, and then you have a list of plugins. And I have got the commit analyzer plugin, which creates a semantic release from your commits. I have the release note generator. I have it set up so it should put those release notes in changelog.md, which does not exist. It's supposed to release to GitHub releases and npm. And then it's also supposed to push a git commit that has whatever, some message and contents. Now, my goal with this was I wanted it to be so that your package JSON has version automatically updated. Like you can, I don't know if you can see it on the stream, but there's this my little git lens indication that this was updated 2 weeks ago to chore release 1.2.0. And what was happening was actually this really annoying bug where dist, the contents of the dist folder, were getting committed to GitHub. I'll post this lovely little issue in the Twitch chat too. Like if you look at the chore commit linked in the issue, like the entire dist folder, the compiled outputs from TypeScript were getting uploaded and pushed in Git, which is wrong. So what I tried to do to fix this was set assets to false, because that's what I thought you're supposed to do. Semantic release assets false. There's like some documentation thing somewhere. Assets. Assets? Where is assets mentioned? Well, I can't find the docs, but somewhere it was mentioned. Anyway, someone else found this too, actually. You know what? I should link to this. I'll post this issue in the Twitch, and then I'll also mention in the issue that this assets.map is not a function, as being hit. Aha. Aha. Someone found it. There was a docs thing. Files to include in the release commit. Set to false to disable adding files to the release commit. See assets. There we go. And okay. So apparently you should set assets to empty array. So that's cool. And also I'm seeing, I don't know, this issue is from July and it hasn't been labeled by a maintainer since July of 2021. That's almost a year and a half. So I don't know if this repo is really actively maintained or if it's, I don't know, just this was overlooked. But I'm going to go ahead and send a fix for it because it's annoying to me, this bug, and I would like to see it fixed. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and set this up locally. Git clone /git to semantic release git. I'm renaming this locally because I don't want just a folder named git. That would be confusing because it's not actually the git project. But let's assets.map. Where was that? Here we go. So here we see the files to commit. Equals unique. So I'm going to say this only assets and assets.length question mark unique, otherwise nothing. And this repository doesn't format with Prettier, so now I'm going to have to do that manually because some people haven't seen the light. That's okay. Here we go. I think this is what I'm looking for. There we go. That indentation. Good. All right. This seems reasonable. Is there testing setup? Test? Prepare.test.js? Okay, so there are some tests. I'm going to fold all to look through them. Commit files matching the patterns in assets. I'm going to say commit no files when assets is false. So assets is false. Save without formatting. All right, npm run test. Oh boy, look at that. So there is Prettier. npm run format. What scripts do I have? npm run lint -- fix. Line 37. Oops, I put 2 question marks there. Whoops, daisy. What a bizarre. Okay, npm run test. 3 tests failed. How did 3 tests fail? Integration prepare from a detached head repository. I don't don't think that that's related to my changes, so I'm just going to ignore that. But okay, cool. And then we're getting a failure. Ooh, look at this error message. Has any of you ever used Ava before? This error message is kind of cool. I like how it syntax highlights and then shows the difference. It's different from Jest. Anyway, let's just collapse this a little bit. This should be an empty array. And he should have found 0 files to commit. MPX Ava. So actually, we didn't log at all. So no log. Well, I wonder, is there another test that okay, I guess not all the tests test the loggers, so let's just run npx ava again. It's a different test framework. Thanks for asking. It's a different test framework called Ava. npm. Here we go. Someone referenced it recently. Maybe it was like pre-Jest. Maybe I forget. So I'm just gonna go ahead and post the. Oh, Sindre? I actually keep forgetting how to pronounce the name. Our friend here, this individual, member of Ava. Huh. Cool. This person is responsible for I don't know how many hundreds, so many open source packages. And also look at that freaking dog. So cute. Yeah, it's like Jest or VTest. It's pretty good. It's got some nice UI. I don't know. Nick, if you're familiar with it to know the creator, do you have a selling point, a spiel for it? npm lint format. Man, why is this? Supports ESM out of the box. Oh my word. Oh, sold. Yeah. That pain with Jest is just so intense. Oh man. Too much for me. So we got the fix here for prepare. And then prepare test. And I messed up the formatting for basically everything here. So that's great. I'm just going to go ahead and kill that. And then I'm going to add my new test here. Save without formatting. MPX prettier -- right. And do test/star.js -- right. Does that change everything? Okay, so the prettier. I don't like it when people do this, but the prettier setup here in this repo doesn't read from prettier RC. What? Is there not an ESLint? How are we configuring prettier here? Oh, so it's XO package. What is XO? Nick and or Brittany, are you familiar with XO? Oh, it's a different linter. Oh, from our friend Sindris Soros, of course. Got it. Okay. No ESLint RC to manage. It just works. Okay, that's nice. TypeScript supported by default. Okay, so it's like a wrapper around ESLint and prettier. Okay. So I could do npx exo -- fix. Well, we're both learning a whole bunch of stuff today. New fix exo? Yay, it fix. All right. So B assets false. No. So fix assets false. Crash fix. Allow assets to be false. Fix assets false crash. Ooh, while you're both here and talking about linters, I'm going to show off the new website logo for TypeScript ESLints. James, Henry, and I designed this baby. Got an SVG. You can zoom in all you want. Swag. Very excited about this new logo here. Anyway, all right. So this fixes number 280. If assets is falsy or doesn't have a truthy length, then we assume it results in an empty array. Thank you very much. Branding's important. All right. Okay. So I added a test, and hopefully I fixed this. Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't even need these files. I can simplify the test. Yeah, I added a bunch of, I copy pasted, and you know what? I didn't review whether I actually need these things. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete. Save without formatting. MPX Ava. Do I have the same, only the same two tests that are unrelated? Ryan, hello, welcome. I'm all right, been in a bit of a rush, but I'm excited to be working on this repo again. I've got two awesome people here as well, Nick and Brittany. Nick and Brittany are also streamers. Brittany just did a 12-hour Trello thing. Nick and I just hung out and did some other stuff. Ryan is someone who's been coming around pretty often, so thanks for your continued support. How are you doing? How have you been? All right, look at this. A cleaner test. I love it. Oh my god, and I don't even need these comments here. Oop. Save without formatting. Even less test stuff. Git push. I'm a professional developer. I know what I'm doing. Teehee. Right. Anyway, this whole thing, the whole point of me doing this was because I'm getting hit by this bug. This settings assets false results in error. So I'm just going to go ahead and looks like post it to Twitter. You started learning React. Yay, React is fun. Great thing to learn, and really excited if you're learning TypeScript. I'm a fan of both those things, especially the latter. So posting on Twitter, found the dupe, and sent a PR to hopefully fix. Come on, copy selection. There we go. Yay. All right. So now that I've sent a fixed PR that makes false equivalent to an empty array, now I know that in my repo, I should be able to do assets empty array. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. All right, so I'm gonna check really semantic release get empty assets. Chore set assets to empty array, not false. Semantic release get empty assets. All right, thank you. All right, set to false. So this should fix number 84 in lieu of LIEU of 282. Shoot, I already, here we go, being fixed. All right, so I'm gonna just quickly look back over in my semantic release config file for semantic release git, the thing that's supposed to make a git commit. I set assets to empty array because I don't want to commit any git files, but I do still want to make a git commit that that includes the package JSON version bump. So I'm actually going to mention here, I still want package.json to be committed whenever I whenever a new version is published. Orda, you made it. I actually referenced you yesterday in something. What was I talking about you? Something about your work on the Cocoa shenanigans documentation. Anyway, hi Order. Thanks for coming. Welcome to the stream. I'm unfortunately not doing any TypeScript, well, not first party specific TypeScript stuff today. I'm just working on a template repo. But thanks for coming. How are you doing? You did some TypeScript. Oh my God, what did you do with TypeScript ESLint? That's awesome. Thanks for coming, Nick. Appreciate you. Next time in Toronto. By the way, while Orda is furiously typing away about the glory and pain of TypeScript ESLint, I'm just going to recap for my own mental state. I have semantic release set up so that whenever you have something committed to main, automatically we create a new package version, build it, publish it to npm, post to GitHub releases. The problem was I want to include the package JSON in a commit that bumps the version in it from like version x.y.z to whatever +1. And unfortunately, those commits, which are being generated by this semantic release tool, were including all of the compiled files from like the dist directory, which is not great. So that's not ideal. So now I'm setting assets to false so that hopefully it will only include the package JSON. But now I'm worried, well, what if this doesn't include the package JSON at all? So we'll see what happens. And ooh, custom ESLint rules in Redwood? That is exciting. That is a good idea. I don't really enjoy linters like ESLint, TSLint, to be honest. Why would you say something so brave? This is, by the way, a very salient point and something that we really have been thinking about recently. Most of the time, they're enforcing other people's rules that I only kind of agree with, but go along with them because others really like them. Yeah, this is a... I know, right? What an opener. This is something we've been working on in TypeScript ESLint that... whatever, 5-10 years ago, the state of the art for linting was you include some preset like ESLint config Airbnb or whatever. And that would include a bunch of important rules and also a bunch of opinion-based rules. And slowly the community has been learning you probably shouldn't include opinion-based rules in public benefit configs, things that everyone uses. So actually in the next version of TypeScript ESLint, we are going to be trying to finish removing any... I'm glad you agree. Thank you. I value and cherish your opinion. We're trying to remove any stylistic kind of preference-based rules from the... Oh, geez. I keep forgetting to remove the discussion not ready. We're trying to remove any of the like stylistic rules from the recommended configs. So actually, this is a good discussion for me to post here. If any of y'all watching believe there is a rule in the preset config, like the recommended or strict configs from TypeScript ESLint, something you think should be moved to the stylistic config that we're going to be creating, please let us know. Things like, ooh, where is it? Oh yeah, array type. This is in our strict config right now. Require consistently using either T-array or array of T for arrays. That's not necessary. I mean, that's not going to fix bugs. That's just a style thing. So yeah, +1 to this line of thought. All right, cool. Ooh. This is cool stuff. Look at this. Orda, you wrote a... Oh my God, not allowing empty array as a type. We have a whole discussion there. Oh shoot, what's that rule name? That ban types. Yeah, so that's fixed now. That's actually in the is this in V6 or in main? Here. So Ryan Kavanaugh from TypeScript, like the TypeScript team, like Ryan's what, the eng lead or for TypeScript or some similar title. poked us like ages ago, May 19th this year. Yeah. When the engineering lead for a language tells you that there is a preferred way to use the language, one generally goes along with that. Unfortunately, there were some bugs in TypeScript that we had some issues with. So this was a whole discussion. So I'm going to just post this in the Twitch chat. So anyway, eventually we finally got around to updating band types to suggest object instead of record string unknown. So there is actually a good reason why we generally yell at people not to use the empty object type. It's because it's satisfied by primitives also, like string. But the suggested types fix of switching to record string unknown is just so hairy. That's so much code to write. Like, so if we do type my type empty equals thing, let value my type empty, then value equals that's allowed. So this might be what you intended. So like experts like you, Orta, and if I say so myself, me, people who know TypeScript pretty well, sometimes this is in fact what we intend, but like 90% of the time, for most users, when they write empty object, they probably mean an actual object. So, but anyway, this is actually something, if you feel nods, thank you. I appreciate your responsiveness and emotiveness in chat. Yeah, if this is something someone feels strongly on, I hope they would post here, because this really is kind of bridging the line. Nards, oh hello! Wow, today's stream is got a lot of great people. Hello, how you doing? Oh shoot, I was on a thing. Yeah, so this is like kind of bridging the fence, sitting on the fence between stylistic and actual correctness. Oh no, what are you procrastinating? And also, who isn't procrastinating? These streams, half of the reason I do them is to procrastinate from doing actual work. I just get a giggle on the internet about TypeScript preferences. Cool. Oh yeah, I'll also post another. This is another nice thing. Yeah, what's going on there? When are we going to hear about what you, I see these mysterious tweets from you like, "Oh, this thing is going really well." Oh my god, I have a suggestion for using what to use instead of function. By the way, I'm traveling today. Don't have a second monitor. It's been my situation recently, hence the you get to see my Twitch stream. But before I answer that, I will say I just posted discussion 6019, which is a nice change we're going to do. We're going to simplify and I think make more understandable our list of configs. So if you care about these things, like whether you should include 1 or 3, whatever TypeScript ESLint configs by default, the discussion here is about we're going to make it so instead of having to include all the configs up to the points of strictness that you want, just have each config include lesser configs. Right now, today, we have recommended requiring type checking, and strict, none of which include each other. And then the breaking change will be, well, we should just include the less strict ones in the strict config. And then we're also going to be likely to rename, I'm actually going to rename the discussion and simplify type checked names. We're also going to most likely rename to recommended type checked, and strict type checked. Anyway, do I have a suggestion for what to use instead of function? What do we do for this? So the band types rule by default, where is it? Here we go. Yeah, we don't, I really wish we could reasonably make like a good single suggestion for here. Also, if anyone wants a good first issue for them, I wish that we had a button on a rule, each of these rule pages, to open in the TypeScript ESLint playground. Instead, I have to manually go through like a pleb and enable it in the config. But anyway, so like you say, let my my action function we will yell at you saying don't use function as a type, but we don't have an auto fixer for this. I guess you could just use no parameters returns void as a substitute, but it really kind of depends. Like, depends on the situation. I think our general preference is function is like super vague and doesn't give you any safety guarantees. Other than that, it is a function. So, yeah. Sorry, that's my only answer. my general closest to an answer I can get. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know this actually. It's been a while since I read this text. It also accepts things like class declarations. My action equals class. That's so funny. Yeah, it depends where. Like, did you mean function? Do you mean something that returns string? Did you mean something that like actually has a new? Like, what is the actual need for this? Type any function equals args. Yeah, that works too. Args any. Hey, if you just really don't care about what comes in or out, then great. This all works. But then this is still not the same thing as new args. So I actually learned a while ago. This is correct. Okay. I learned a while ago that I want to say Firefox is different than Chrome here, or whatever, their respective internal engines. If you create a function, let my function equals, this does nothing, and then you call new my function, I want to say this doesn't crash. Oh no, it used to. Maybe it's you know what? I feel like this used to. Maybe it's like a use strict thing. I feel like that used to only crash on Firefox. Oh my god, reading this out loud. From my library, I have any function, any constructor, any abstract constructor, any CTOR, which is a union of any constructor and any abstract constructor. Great. I love it. Well, I guess this doesn't crash, so I'm pleased about that. Maybe it's function. Let my function equals function, new my function. Let's use strict. I'm just seeing, like, does this stuff crash or not? I'm so confused. I could have sworn this used to crash. Aha! Here we go. And then what happens? Oh my god, I don't have Firefox on this computer. Oh my god. Where's my Firefox? Here we go. You're watching me set up a computer on screen. Yes, we had a whole I was just telling Orta about. We had a whole thing where Ryan, the eng lead from TypeScript, came over and said, "Hey, this is annoying." Oh shoot, I already lost it. But yeah, band types now. We switched it so that I'm guessing in the v6 of TypeScript. I'm gonna go to band types issue. Here we go. Oh no, it's in main. So band types update message to suggest object instead of record string unknown. Okay. Merged 6 days ago. This should have been on the website. Did we forget to update the docs? Band types ts, band types.md, record string unknown. Aha. We forgot to update the docs. Oh my god, thanks for pointing this out. By default, if you use uppercase O object, we recommend using lowercase o object. It used to be we recommend string, comma, unknown, but we no longer actually recommend that. So yeesh, look at this. I need to update these. See, this is why you want to make everything programmatic if possible. You don't want to have to manually copy and paste when updating things, because inevitably you're going to forget to do that. Yeah, any record, go away. There were some TypeScript shenanigans that made us not comfortable suggesting lowercase o instead of record string never, but Now they're fixed. Cool. So git checkout main, git pull upstream main. Yeah. Why don't we pull this from the source code actually? Const default types. Why don't we do this? Markdown dash magic? What is that? Oh, interesting. Oh, I like this. We use Docusaurus, which has plugins. Auto-generated content start parentheses lols. What? I love it. But we don't have anything set up so that we can have comment directives in the code themselves. This is awesome. Thank you for letting me know. Markdown magic inline types. Oh, that's under you. Cool. Start. Oh my gosh. Source equals dot slash types DTS and symbol. That's so interesting. Oh, so this would break the build if you change your source file and don't update your markdown, right? Oh yeah, also +1. Thanks, Rashiki. Great stuff. Oh, this is so cool. I'm tweeting this. What is it? Markdown magic. Very much something I back of mind wanted for ages. Cool. But like if you specify source equals types DTS and then the file gets renamed to blah DTS, something would break, right? That's what I'm imagining. Yeah, by the way, this freaking website, for those who haven't seen it, brings me so much freaking joy. Look at this thing. Purveyor. I love it so much. Yeah, but it's like also a really good technical description. So that too. Awesome. Yeah, I'll file an issue. We should do something to not have to Oh yeah, it's because we wanted a TS snippet, but yeah, we should do something like Markdown inline magic or similar. We should do something here to reuse. But anyway, fix ban types defaults. What do we call this? Default types docs. Docs, ESLint plugin, updates, description, site description of band types docs. Honestly, I should have looked at this. This was a slip up on my end to not catch this in PR. Fixes whatever issue this previous one 5947. This was missed in, or I missed this in. The docs for band types include a copy and pasted description of the default options. Lordy. Cool. And then I'll also file an issue. Docs. I'm going to triage this myself. So actually, before I forget, I'm going to post to Twitter. Oops. Little fix for TSCS lint docs about band types. And what we're going to do here. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Band types MD should pull in source, pull in default types automatically. We see Bad types MD has a, what did I call it? A copy and paste description of the defaults. Rule options. Oh, right, Mastodon. You know, I've been procrastinating figuring out my strategy for Mastodon. I think in the new year I'm gonna start really streaming to both YouTube and Twitch, and then also posting to my Fastodon accounts. But you know, I just haven't had the energy to switch. But I should. I will start doing that. I promise. I really hate Elon Musk. I saw a video recently of him getting booed. Elon booed. I think it was Dave Chappelle, and it brought me joy to see him booed. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to post that link. Y'all can search if you want. We should make this. We should instead pull from the source file automatically. And let's take in from the website. Order. Is it just add order? I always forget. Yep. Order. Suggested. Go as a potential option. I also know would love to see if there's anything in Docusaurus for this kind of feature request. Cool. And backing issue to automate that. So ciao, order if y'all want to tackle this. Good first issue. I'm not going to label it a good first issue because it's a little more complex than what we normally label as a good first issue. But yeah, if you want to tackle. Cool. I'll just ask the other Josh to maintain. Twitch stream good first issue? Ooh, is that a command? That's another thing I've been wanting to set up. I need to set up Twitch stream or Twitch commands. Oops, need to check that box. Like I have this explainer. Like if someone comes in and I'm working on AST things, like I need to post a link to this article here and like all these little things. Been meaning to set up one of these days. Oh yeah, I was gonna check. Does this code crash in Firefox? Oh, that's such an interesting idea. Jen has a lot of great stuff. +1. Firefox. Remember when Firefox? Oh yeah, lightning fast setup with the animation. There's a little bug in the animations. The little skip thing goes below this area. Skip. Oh my god. Lightning fast setup, folks. Okay. Yeah, you have a great holiday section too. I love that name, by the way, Nartc. It makes me happy for some reason. Anyway, see you around. Thanks. Please crash. Allow pasting. Okay. Yo, it doesn't crash. Okay, I'm just wrong then about Firefox. Anyway, this was a whole discussion. I got sidetracked. Look at this, my semantic release. So this is the action that I wanted to have happen automatically. There we go. A year ago, I was telling people, yeah, you know, eventually I'm going to set up semantic releases and have automatic, you know, things set up. But here we go. So v1.3.0, bug fixes, proper coverage reporting, properly separated typed and untyped linting, and then features added setup script. Awesome. Look at this. Published 22 minutes ago, 1.3.0. And now the moment of truth. Did assets get committed? Nothing got committed. So this is what I was worried about. If we go back to the main, get checkout main, get pull, Go to package. Yep, it's still version 1.2.0. So that means that I need to include package.json. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna send a PR because I want this. This is annoying. It takes longer to send a pull request and do things the right way, blah, blah, blah. But it's better for posterity so that people see a record of what you're doing. And ooh, look at this. Look at this. The semantic release bot commented on all my old issues that have been included in version 1.3.0. Great. That's nice. Thank you, semantic release bot, for giving me a dozen new notifications. Great. I'm just gonna. Ooh, label released. Isn't that nice? Where's my select all mark? This is such an odd UI treatment here, or at least the copy text. Mark as actions closed. Oh wait, no, I wanted to mark as read. There's no mark as read. I'll just go to notifications. And I'm gonna just mark all as done. Great. Anyway, yeah, there's mark as open or close, which is a weird text, but there's no mark as read. Sigh. GitHub notification management. Cool for small repos, but basically impossible. Impossible what? Here we go. Where is, I'm just going to file a new issue here. Now that you're not doing big open source software, I can actually use the notifications tab. Yeah, I go back and forth on my relationship with the notifications tab. Fortunately, we have a few other active maintainers in TypeScript ESLint, so sometimes I do get this lovely all caught up, but oftentimes it's just a swamp. Yeah. Tooling, semantic release isn't including package.json, isn't creating git commits, parentheses not including package. I'll just say it's not creating git commits. You've never seen the yeah. By never seen that, I assume you mean the unread or the no yeah, the all cut up. It's lovely. I wish they added more delighter UI stuff, like a little game or something to play here, because it's really, I love seeing it. And I'm sorry. Another way of looking at it is people depend on what you do, so you're doing important stuff. And the fact that people, well, aren't spamming me with notifications might be a bad comment about my open source work, or the way I see it is, it means I'm doing good work under the radar, which is where I like to be. Anyway, as of 1.1.02, the semantic release bot isn't committing the dist directory to Git, which was a different issue. Dist, come on. I'm not getting a little autocomplete, annoying. That's number 63. But it's not committing anything. I think assets should be packaged JSON, not, because I do want packaged JSON to be committed. Assign myself accepting PRs. Normally, if this were just my own project, I'd push to main directly, but you know what? If someone comes across this later, this will make it easier for them, and thus I will be nice. Semantic release assets package. Chore include package JSON and git semantic release / git. Alrighty. Fixes number 103. I'm in the hundreds. Does what the issue describes. Includes package JSON as a committed. All right. So let me just update the Twitter thread. Well, I seem to have almost fixed semantic release Git stuff. All right. As to whether anyone will ever find this thread useful, who knows? But I like having it. In the new year, I will get better at putting a full description. I'll probably make a tool or something to do this, so post to Twitter and Mastodon, but whatever. By the way, shout out GitHub Actions with PNPM. They're all running in under 30 seconds, most under 20. It's kind of nice. Nice and fast. I wish it were faster, but what are you going to do? All right. Anyway, this. So PNPM is good. I am able to words. I have been able to switch branches on a repo that changes the package between those branches and then install while offline using PNPM. Thanks for coming, Ryan. Appreciate you chatting. Every Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah. I've had offline installs with PNPM, which is great because I do a lot of work in like airplanes and other non-internety places abroad. PNPM is pretty great. Look at this. The coverage updated 100%. Yay. No, you're still here looking. Oh, you're just being a good communicative person. Appreciate you. All right. So looks like the release task finished. Let's see what it does. Release. There are no relevant changes, so no new version is released. Analysis of one commits complete. No release. Okay, cool. So it looks like I've actually fixed a bunch of stuff. So I'm probably going to finish in the next 9 minutes or so. I just want to see what else. Sometimes when I'm not sure what I should do next on a repo, I just have a lot of things to get through and I don't know which one to do first. I will go back and do oldest first. If it's been waiting for a while, I don't like things waiting for a while. I'll also filter the things assigned to me and then go oldest first. So here we go. Documentation, required issue labels. There are searches linked in Markdown docs for issue labels, but nowhere is it mentioned what the total list is. It'd be nice to have a saved script utility that auto-creates them and then maybe even standardize its colors. Let me post this to Twitch. I actually think I resolved this. So one of the cool things I did with template-typescript-node-package is I added a setup script that you can run. It's documented in the README. Setup and with steps, PNPM run setup. So actually, I don't think I really need to document the required issue labels. Now that there's a setup script 77 to, which was this fixed by 82. 82, this isn't necessary. Yay. Closing out an old issue. Nice. Closing out an old issue. Now that there's a setup script that does a lot of stuff for you. Yay. Cool. The next oldest thing, oh boy. Using a Joshua K. Goldberg scoped E. I feel like this happens to every major open source person. If you end up making your own packages, your own templates, you just inevitably have your own list of ESLint rules that you copy and paste repo to repo. I'm just looking at this one. So for this repo, now in everyone who uses this template, they're going to be seeing the same whatever, 70 lines of ESLint config, and I've just been thinking, well, what if I just make my own ESLint config? The pro of this is I could then just have one line. This whole file would basically become module.exports equals extends Joshua K. Goldberg ESLint config or something like that. But then the downside is it's a little more transparent for people. They don't see what they're getting. So, or like I can, Orta, have you done this actually since you're chatting? Have you made your own Orta ESLint config? ESLint plug ingest. Ooh. I feel, where did I see this before? Anyway, you just take the default and turn stuff off. Yeah. So that's what I did here. I just did the default and then turned things off as necessary. I'm really on the fence about this. I'm actually going to table this issue for a little while longer. Thinking about an ESLint config base. Thinking about making an ESLint. I'm going to table for a little while longer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to close it out because it is, in theory, something I'll maybe eventually do, but I'm still kind of working on the ESLint config here. I want to get this adopted by a few more of my projects, and then we'll see. So, yeah. All right, let's look back at issues. Oh my God, enable TypeScript ESLint naming convention. At some point, I really should figure out this rule. So we have this naming convention rule in TypeScript ESLint, and you know, I just never actually used this rule in my own code bases. Look at this ridiculous level of configurability in the rule. I'll post this on Twitch. Thinking about the naming convention rule too. This is like the epitome of stylistic for rules. It's only applicable as a stylistic thing, and it's a huge amount of documentation for all these different options, and then we have a bajillion different examples for it. I think I'm going to not do this. It's real opinionated, and I don't yet want to get to that level of granular stylistic recommendations for consuming repos. So if someone takes on this template, they shouldn't be bogged down with this. So I'm just going to close this out. Now we're down to 9 open issues. Heck yes. All right. This is going to be the last issue I look at today. Add changelogs to semantic release workflow. So, pardon my emails. In my release RC, posting this to the Twitch. One last issue, looking at change logs. In my RC, I do have semantic release / changelog turned on with changelog file, changelog.md. And you know what? There's no changelog. So I'm wondering, do I need to add it to assets to commit it to gits? That actually feels likely to me. Now I'm just curious. And this one I will hotfix to main because I'm running out of time, and I just want to see it done. Chore add changelog md to semantic release git assets. So the next time I add a feature or something in this that causes a new release, we'll see what happens. to semantic release gets assets. Fingers crossed. All right. Anyway, I must go, but this was fun. I'm gonna, whoever I'm following that has the fewest people there now, I'm gonna raid them. So this was a pleasure. Thank you all very much for coming. I really appreciate all the chat. I'm not used to this many people coming over, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. But see y'all around. Bye. In 10 seconds, we shall leave. Thank you. Ooh, I'm tired.